welcome to the Big Happy Music Show with show hostess Julie Klein from the ISW TV studio and Soundstage Theater. And now, here is Julie.
All right, welcome to the Big Happy Music Show. With your host, me, that's Julie, from Mighty Jungle. And I have an awesome band with me tonight. I am so pleased. These guys, I just listened to their performance, which you guys are going to hear later on, and they were amazing. Band is called The Heart Ring.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for having us on.
Amazing, amazing. I really love your voice, Bradley.
Thank you. Appreciate
Sounds
it.
Something else.
Thank you.
So we got Bradley on lead vocals and on guitar.
Yep.
We got James on bass. And we have Travis on the drums. So let's talk a little bit about the band itself, how you guys got together. So how'd you? Well, let's go back even further. Let's talk about your influences. What are you into?
I've always been influenced into all types of music. My mom's always been in music and has been a singer for a long time, so I've always naturally fell into that. And when I was growing up, I loved like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Incubus and all those great bands that were in the 90s, mid 90s and stuff. And from there, I just kept branching off and all types of music, all the way, back to, the soul and funk days to.
Were you ever into Soundgarden?
Yeah,
Because I hear that guy in your voice a little bit.
Yeah, I like.
I hear Chris
Soundgarden.
Cornell just a
Cornell.
tad.
Yeah, I like Soundgarden
Cool.
and Audio Slave and his projects he did.
I love him. Again, that's a high compliment. Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Appreciate it.
And how about you, James? What's your background? What's your influences?
Yeah, the same thing. I listen to everything, but I grew up on pop music and country mostly, and then I got.
I won't hold that against you.
Yeah, that's what my parents listened to. That's what I listened to. So.
And most kids.
Yeah, then I got into punk, and then that's when I started playing bass. That's what got me into playing bass guitars, punk music, and then after that, I branched out to everything. Once I heard Chili Peppers and stuff, it was over with.
Oh, good. So you guys have that connection. That's
Yeah,
cool.
we really enjoy the Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
What about you, Travis? What's your big musical
Same
influence?
thing. Hey, Chili Peppers.
Wow.
But I was a band nerd, so music all through my life, junior high, high school.
Oh, so what did you start off like on a snare? And what were
Yeah,
you playing in
violin,
marching band?
cello,
Oh,
clarinet,
wow.
saxophone, did drumline, a little bit of everything. My grandmother was a opera choir singer
Oh,
for her
wow.
whole life, so
So if they
was
ever
in the
want to
family.
put if they want to put like a string track on something, you're gonna break out the old viola, or has it been too long?
I don't know. I'd give it a shot. It's been a while, but we'll go ahead and give her a go.
All right, good. So now here you are doing your own thing and growing up. Are you friends from childhood? You guys know each other a long time, or what's the deal?
Well, actually, me and James have known each other since probably middle school. We met
Wow.
early high school days maybe. Like we just met and we had the same group of friends, so we kind of would hang out every once in a while. And
Were you playing guitar by then, by high school-ish?
Yeah, I started playing in 2000. It was actually 10th grade, so I might have met James before that. I'm not sure, but it was around that time.
Yeah,
And then
I think when I met you, I didn't even know you played guitar.
yeah, we didn't know.
Yeah, I was playing bass at the
Yeah, he
same
was playing
time.
bass too, and we didn't know that we were
Oh, cool.
musicians.
Yeah.
We just hung, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until about 2000 and I don't know 10 or something that we got together and started jamming
Oh,
out.
wow. But you've known each other a long time.
Yeah, we've known each other for
So how'd you reconnect music-wise?
Just a random get together.
Yeah, it was like, I think I would go to James's house, or he would come over and he would see me playing, and he was like, he was in a band when he was like 16, and we're in our mid-20s now, so he was like, man, I want to play bass again.
Or
So
what was
we
the name?
just got-
You got to tell me the name of the band you were when you were 16. Those are always the best
That
names.
was Plain Sight.
Plain Sight.
Yeah.
All right.
From around here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
used
cool.
to play at the Hustler all the time and stuff. Forge Page.
Yeah, and so he got influenced into playing music again, because I was always jamming, and he was like on bass. I'm like, get a bass and we'll play. Get a bass.
Did
and
you
we'll
start
play."
off playing other people's tunes together? I mean, were you playing cover tunes at first, or did you
it was
just
a
go
little
right
bit.
into
I
it?
started playing his.
Yeah, because I was
music.
writing already, and he decided he dug what I was writing, so I was like, all right, let's get a bass, and we'll start playing.
I actually took a break from playing bass. I didn't have any guitars or anything for like a couple years. And
Wow. So you actually
yeah, and
went
then-
out and
yeah,
got a guitar
I
just to
mean,
be able
yeah,
to
I
play
was
with
like,
him.
You know what?
That's
I'm,
cool.
I'm going out. Yeah, next day I went to a pawn shop. I bought a bass, an amp, came back. I was like,
Boom.
I got my stuff.
Yeah.
And at what point did you guys hook up with Travis?
Travis, we met through Facebook, I think.
Yeah.
He kind of followed a previous band that I was in, a metal band that I was singing for called
What were they called?
A Fool's Conspiracy.
Yeah.
And we were from around here, and
Yeah, pretty well known.
yeah,
Good
we got
name.
a good following, and
Was that cover band or originals?
that was all originals.
Cool. Who
Yeah.
wrote for that band?
Well, actually, it was a collective amount. The guys that were in the band, they wrote all the music, and then I wrote the lyrics over their music. So that's how, because they had a previous vocalist, and he left like after the first or second song that they had written together.
Oh,
So
wow.
I had taken those songs that they had started writing, and then
So you kind
wrote
of
from
stepped
there.
into a ready-made
Yeah,
situation. That's
yeah,
cool.
just as the writer for the lyrics and stuff like that. But
So of any of the tunes that you do now, though, these are all
no, these
yeah,
are all new
fresh.
tunes. Like after that, after the band kind of just split apart due to like school and personal reasons.
The usual.
Yeah, I was just writing myself, and I started playing in like House of Joe coffee shops, place like that, open mics, just playing songs that I had written on acoustic guitar and just a couple cover songs here and there. But I mainly always wanted to focus on original music.
So just out of curiosity, though, so you say you did a couple of. Give me the name of a cover song you did that you really like.
Probably it was either an Incubus song or back then I couldn't really tell you off the top of my head what it was. Probably like Incubus or some band like the Early November or some indie band that
Got
you know,
it.
so it wasn't anything that like someone would be like, oh, I know that song, and everyone in the crowd could start singing. It was always something underground,
Yeah, I
like-
don't want to date myself, but one of the first, when I was playing out at the beginning, we did a couple of cover tunes, and I think one of the tunes he did was a Todd Rundgren tune,
Oh, cool.
but not Hello, It's Me. It was like
Yeah.
some really obscure tune from an album called Hamburger Hell,
Yeah.
and then I can't remember this. Oh, we did an Elvis Costello tune.
Oh, that's
Oh, nice.
We
Cool.
did. I
Nice.
don't remember.
I think
Blood
that-
and Chocolate. That was the tune we did.
Oh,
Blood and
nice.
Chocolate. Good tune.
Yeah, the oldest tune I think I played was like "Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You," the Led Zeppelin version.
Oh.
Because I was always a Led Zeppelin fan, so that was something I learned and played.
So you found them on Facebook?
Yeah,
Or you just looked them up on Facebook after having seen him play?
Yeah, Brad dated a girl that worked where I work, and I went on Facebook, or actually it was MySpace. I might have heard you.
Oh, it might have
just
been
acoustic.
MySpace,
Well,
I don't know.
something like that. One of
Whatever.
the social
Social
media sites,
media.
and I heard him playing his guitar and singing, and I was blown away. I was taken back by it, and I was like, man, it's just great songwriting, great voice, something different, and I was like, man, gotta see if he wants to start a band. I heard the songs; they were just so good and so catchy and well written. I was like, God, I'd love to play drums with him, and hit him up through Facebook.
Yeah.
I was like,
He
hey,
said,
you don't really
"Heck
know
yeah."
me.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
you don't really know me,
He's like,
but
"Hey,
I know you. I
followed
met you once.
and I seen that you're in Fool's Conspiracy and this and that, and then we were looking for a drummer because we were starting out, and actually the guy that I started writing the songs with, David Linger. He was our lead guitar player when we started the band. So it was me, James, David, and Travis.
Oh, yeah,
at
the
beginning.
picture that I see on Facebook, that's the other guy?
Yeah, yeah, and
He didn't linger, huh? Sorry.
It's
Nice.
actually like we've been talking with him recently because he had left the band for quite some time now, but we've been talking about playing again with him.
Well, so how long has Travis been playing with you guys?
We've been playing together since September 2011.
Right, a couple
Oh,
years.
wow.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a
So,
long time. I mean,
yeah.
in band years, they're
Yeah.
like dog
Right,
years,
right,
right?
right.
It's like 14 years
Yeah, I
in
know.
human life.
Yeah.
Could be.
It is. It's been and it's like we started off and we were like, yeah, we got these songs and this and that, and then during about like I think 2012, we didn't really push it that much. It wasn't until like late 2012 we really started networking more, and then we started, people started hearing our music, and then they wanted us to play bigger shows
Right.
with like touring bands coming through to open up for them, and so that's when late 2012 is when it really started
Cool.
getting
Yeah.
better
Cool.
for us.
Really got on the ball, right? When we started pushing.
So how many tunes altogether do you guys have? You have a couple of sets worth of material, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
I would say what we have like in the range of 20 plus.
Plus,
songs.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
At least, right.
And it's we couldn't play like a 4-hour gig, all original, which a lot of people have asked us to play 4-hour gigs, and that's the normal getting
You mean like
paid.
at Coconuts and stuff like
Right,
that?
right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you have to throw in some cover songs here
Some?
and there. But
You have to
exactly.
throw in a
I was
couple
about to
sets of
say,
covers.
Yeah,
that's what they want,
And
right?
you try to mix it in and blend it with, you know, your music, so it's hard to be like, oh, this is a cover song. Oh, this is one we wrote, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So we
That's
really,
right, yeah.
we really decided, like, we, you know, just even though it sucked, we weren't making more money because we played all originals, but we stick to mostly just original
Yeah, and then you have to
shows.
put all that energy into learning other people's tunes instead of working on your own
Exactly.
new
Exactly,
tunes, and then
Exactly, yeah.
you're like totally defocused.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
I admire that. I think that's what Mighty Jungle, my band. That's what we've done. We only do originals. We've been playing for a while, but you know we're a lot older, so I have a whole cache of tunes, and so does Mark. So
Right,
we
right.
came together and we already had 20 tunes between the two of us. I think since we've been together, we've written maybe 10. But it really takes time, and you know,
Yeah, it
having
does.
any time taking away from actually working on your own stuff is
I know.
really kind of a waste of time. you
Yeah,
know?
Right.
yeah.
So then
in
you
all.
guys must all have day gigs, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we all work day jobs, and so we do the day job during the day and
Right.
music at night when we can, and you know, it's try to juggle it all.
What are your various day things that you do?
Well, I work for Florida Beer Company, which is the local brewery here in
So
Brevard
Bradley has a
County.
good job.
Yeah, it's
Works for the
not
beer
a,
company.
yeah, it's a good
Beer.
job, and
Good job. Do you take your work home with you?
It's not bad.
yeah, sometimes, you know, sometimes we have to quality control, you know,
Yeah,
make
of
sure
course,
it's
of course.
going
Gotta
out
make
to
sure
people.
everything's good.
Yeah.
And what about you, James? What do you do?
I cook at Hooters.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
if I go to Hooters, I'll
Yeah.
wave at you behind the.
Yeah, you see me
Chat.
right there slinging wings. So.
So do you get to
Wing
talk with all
slinger.
the Hooters girls, all the
Yeah, I
waitresses?
do bring my work.
I mean,
home
that is a perk.
sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We'll edit that one out.
No, that was good. That was good. We will not. That was funny. Travis, what are you doing?
Poker dealer.
No way.
True story.
Where?
Melbourne Greyhound Park, dog
Yeah.
track.
Whoa.
Yeah, right there on Sarno.
Oh, I got to ask you a question. What's the biggest tip you ever got?
I actually dealt a bad beat because they have a lot of, jackpot, progressive type things, special things. So it's, I mean, it was pretty good. It was, the whole thing, I think, total might have been, when they won it like 50,000 is what the players won before tax, stuff like that. And people usually tip anywhere from, 3 to 10%. So it just varies in there.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
On that one, I'd say it was probably a total of almost 2,000.
Whoa.
Right.
You won the jackpot too then.
Right. Hey, yeah, it works. One of them
Okay.
things that it's
So
very
we're
seldom,
going
but
to
nice.
talk with you guys some more about music. Obviously, we'll get back to the music. But first, we want to hear a tune. So can you tell us a little bit about this tune, at least its name? Tune we're about to hear.
The first tune is going to be Hooked, and Hooked we wrote together as a band, kind of. I mean, I usually start the bass of the songs.
Mhm.
I'll write the rhythm and the lyrics, and then I'll bring it to the guys, and then they form their sound around it.
Okay, so let's let our audience hear the song, and then when we
Okay,
come
sure,
back, we'll
sure.
talk about what it's
What's the
about
song?
and
Sure,
how it
awesome.
got going.
Thank you.
All right, we're with Heart Ring.
Time for a short break. Stay tuned for more of the Big Happy Music Show.
This is James on bass and Travis on drums and Little Hope. This first song I'm going to be singing is called I'm Not Messing Around. Oh, I couldn't see that you weren't the one for me. I was so wrapped up in your voice, your eyes, your body. Too many times I tried to walk away, but I always would break down. By the time I couldn't smell you anymore, I turned right back around. It's like I'm standing in chains and my brain's been taken under control. Oh, you're pulling my strings and I can't take it anymore. So I need to jump up and get on the next bus straight out of this town. I need to wake up and say it's enough. Oh, girl, this time I'm not messing around. I'm starting to realize that it's about time to say goodbye. Gonna take you messing around with every guy down. Oh, you slipped on way too many times, too many lies, too many nights, wondering why I'm doing this to me. Jump up and get on the next bus straight out of this town. I need to wake up and say it's enough. Oh, girl, this time I'm not messing around. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm not messing around.
Welcome back to the Big Happy Music Show.
All right, well, welcome back to the Big Happy Music Show with me, Julie from Mighty Jungle, your hostess with the mostess, and we have the wonderful Heartring with us. You just heard a song called Hooked.
Yep.
And so tell us a little bit about that song, sir.
Hooked is about, I would say it's like about when you're in a place or something, you say you're at like a bar or whatever, this is an example, and the song, it talks about, you see this woman walk into the room, and or it could be a man, whichever perspective the listener is. But
yeah, I noticed that your songs are kind of
I try to keep them open. For
I noticed
people's,
that. That's cool.
So they can relate to it more. But basically, it's about seeing somebody that you just want to get to know, and then when you get to know them, you're just hooked on them, and that's kind of like what it's about.
So did you actually write this about any particular female person?
At the time, I don't think so. I don't think so. It was because a lot of the times I'll write and I try to be open with it, like you said, like I try to write for everyone, for all women and all men that can relate to our songs. I try to I write open like that, but I can't say that one was about anyone in particular.
Okay, so just a song about that feeling.
Yeah. more than
Because I notice a lot, most of your songs do seem. I mean, not that all 95% of songs on the radio are about this, so it's not
Yeah.
really a bad thing. But I notice your songs are really about kind of interpersonal relationships and where things go. And
Yeah, love and trust and hate and.
No politics yet.
We do have some, but it's not anything that we like. We're not angry, I guess, right now about the government or anything. Like, I mean, I guess in a sense, but not enough to write about politics. And I did that a lot with my older band and the metal band. But you're angry and you just get it out. And that's what we
and
focus on that.
when you're in your age, I mean, you said you're in your mid-20s. I mean, thinking about love and relationships is probably.
I just liked writing about that more and writing about like situations and stuff.
And you
like
feel
that.
more genuine. I guess you can let out more genuine feelings when you're writing about something you really feel.
We have written some political-esque kind of songs.
Got a couple political songs.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now you're playing the guitar, and I'm assuming you've been playing the guitar for quite some time. You said, what, about 10 years? Something like that?
I've been playing for 13 years. Yep.
Okay, and when you went out and bought this bass, that's not the one you're using now.
No, I went and bought a
Yeah, because
cheap
that's
pawn shop,
that's a nice bass. So tell us about this guitar you're playing. It's a nice looking guitar.
Oh, this bass? I just saved up and just over time, like I was playing the crappy one. I was like, I gotta get my actual, like in my old band. This is the bass that I played in my old band, and then I sold it for stupid reasons. And
The same exact bass?
No, just same.
Just the same model, okay.
Yeah, it's type like, and then I just went back on the website and I found it again. It says,
cool.
Because I just fell in love with it.
Does it have a name, or you don't do that?
Yeah, it's no, I don't really have a name for it.
Okay.
Not yet. But
Yeah.
yeah, just
Okay, so when you hooked up with Travis, I'm assuming a drummer is kind of a hard thing to come by. That's a pretty rare commodity, when you're in a band. Anybody out there who's in a band, I mean, what did Spinal Tap have? The guy that kept exploding. I mean, there's a reason, for that kind of cliche, because it's hard. It's hard to find drummers. I mean, you must have been inside. You must have been going, yippee yay, when he Facebooked you or MySpaced you. Or whatever.
We were excited because we knew that we needed a drummer to complete the band, and we wanted to link up with Travis because he seemed like a good guy, and he was excited, and he had followed our music before. To an extent, so we just it felt like it was a good thing to go for, and when we met up with them, we just jammed out and we kept going.
It worked.
So
Yeah.
Travis, do
meshed
you
well.
sing?
No.
And James, do you sing?
horribly.
Horribly. Okay,
He doesn't
so
sing horribly. He just says that, and I've
So
been
you're-
trying to get him to sing.
yeah, that's good luck with that.
Yeah.
I
That's,
just can't. I
that's-
can't sing and play at the same time.
That's hard because
It
I play
is,
bass and I
it's-
sing lead, so
Yeah.
It's tough.
I understand that. It's almost like you have to cut yourself in
Yeah,
half.
as
They
soon as
do.
I want to
Yeah.
say
Right.
a word, my fingers go stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the band I'm in now, we're both lead singers. So
right.
the bands I've been in the past, I'm the lead singer playing bass. So I'm basically singing and playing all the time. In this band, Mark sings like half the tunes, and it's amazing what a relief it is just to sit there
Right.
and play the flippin' bass and not have to think about making my mouth move.
Yeah.
It really is, but
Yeah,
it can be done.
I'm trying to learn. It's a process. I'm finding out.
Yeah, because I could hear some harmony with some of the
Yeah,
stuff
it would be
that you're doing.
be nice. I know I've jammed with other people and played the songs, just jamming like the house and people sing. But sometimes I'll send James like YouTube videos of how to sing and play music or something,
Yeah,
just,
he'll just
Hint,
just
hint.
to mess with him,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, no, but yeah, a couple tips.
Yeah, I'm like, you gotta learn.
man.
But yeah, it would be nice to have some harmonies and stuff in the music, but
I'll
we'll
up
get
one
there.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll get
I had
there.
a music teacher who used to say, any musician can sing.
Yeah.
That was his line. Vincent Breedice, he was a hell of a
I don't
guy.
know about that.
Great bass teacher. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Anyone can sing.
Well-
No, any musician can sing.
That's
Right,
what I
right.
Not anyone.
Just some
Yeah.
better than others.
Yeah.
All right, so a lot of times I'm assuming when you do this rhythm and you're playing your guitar and you're thinking about stuff, I mean, do you bring anything unfinished to these guys and work on it with them, or do you bring them stuff that's done, the lyrics are there? What's the process like with
It's
with
been
you three?
different. It's been that way where I have the song already written and I have the music already written, and then there's times where I'll say, oh well, I have this little riff,
Yeah,
and then
just
we'll all
play
kind
with
of
Anything we
hit
could
on
do
it, and then we'll jam out, and then sometimes Travis will be like, what about this? And James will be like, what about that? And so it just keeps going back and forth, and we form like something out of it most of the time. So there is times where I'll write the whole song, and I'm like, hey, this is the song, and let's jam it. And they're like, all right, cool. And then there's times where...
Well, I mean, I can hear the band as the arranger, because your arrangements are kind of interesting. Like there's that one song where you play this kind of bass line high up on the neck, and then when he starts singing, you're back down, and then at the very end of the song, you go back up again.
Yeah.
Which song was that?
The Edge.
That's the Edge.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna hear that one next, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, in that song, I could see that part of the arrangement at least was James.
Yeah,
You know,
and
doing
like
his
James
bass.
just did that on his own. Like he just...
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was
and
just one thing. Like we played the song, I just went back home practicing. I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I'll play it for them, see if they like it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because you can see you guys. I mean, time tells when you play with people for more than a couple of months.
Yeah.
You really start to get that kind of
Chemistry
gel
and,
when
yeah.
things get together.
We use SoundCloud a lot too to upload I'll record little things on my phone with me singing and playing guitar, and then I'll upload it to our SoundCloud, and then they'll go online and listen to it at home, so they can play and learn, do whatever they want with it to create, a part.
Saves time, right?
Yeah.
Right,
We get together
right.
and jam.
But
and
how
together.
frequently do you actually, physically get together to jam?
It just varies. Like
Yeah.
our schedules are always up and down, but we try to get together, probably like at least a few times
Weekly.
a month.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Because
It's hard. I mean,
it
when
is,
you have
it
a
is,
life
it
and
is
you
hard.
have a job.
We would
and-
like to get together more. It's just every time, our schedules are conflicting. So it's nice that we've played together for a while, and the songs, we'll get back together, and we might not have practiced for 2 weeks or something, and then, just kind of get into it. And then sometimes we'll be a little rusty, and sometimes we'll, it just sounds awesome right away. So it just depends on how we are and how we've been feeling. But we definitely want to try to focus on getting together more and writing, because we've just been getting such a great response from the community, and
You've been playing
fans
out a
and
lot
stuff.
lately, I've seen. So
Yeah,
so
yeah.
where's your next gig coming up?
Our next gig is actually in Orlando. It's our first time, but Travis couldn't make it, so I have a friend filling in for us for the show.
Oh, that's sad.
But I just didn't want to deny the guy that kept asking us to play out in Orlando.
What, the owner of the club?
It's the promoter.
Cool.
It's at Back Booth in downtown Orlando, so it's a nice venue and
Very
stuff.
cool.
And I
Right.
just wanted to get our name in there, so the next
Yeah,
time.
and you'll play there again.
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll be able to play
Yeah.
again with all of us.
Great.
And
When is that gig?
October 16th,
Yeah,
next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Excellent, excellent.
So
And then Mighty Jungle is playing October 18th at the
That's right.
local joint in Rockledge.
nice.
We're going to do 3 sets. That's
Oh,
every
wow.
song we have.
Yeah.
8
I
to
think-
11, every song we have. You will hear every song we know.
Yeah, I think our set's only gonna be like 30 or 45 minutes.
Oh,
It's
cool.
like it's a local showcase in Orlando, but we just wanted to get on it so that we could get basically the name and get some people to recognize
Right.
us out
And
there.
hopefully you'll get other gigs from that.
yeah,
that'd be
yeah,
great.
It would be great.
All right, so you got to tell me about the name, because I mean, it's kind. I mean, it's not really an emo name exactly.
Yeah, it's
But it does
different.
have kind of elements of that
Yeah,
to it.
it has that
so-
soft element, I would
Yeah.
say. But we have that when people like hear the name and then they see us, they always, they kind of say it fits well with the music.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
I agree.
the name was kind of it came about us just hanging out, and we were playing together and jamming, and we're like, oh, what are we going to call ourselves? We need a
Oh,
band
I've
name.
had that conversation
Yeah,
more
Mhm.
times than I care to think.
Yeah, and so I think after a few beers and whatnot, we were just like joking around about different things, and I was talking about like Captain Planet, and if you ever grew up with Captain Planet and you knew all about the show, there was the rings that were worn by the Planeteers, and one of them was the heart
Yeah.
ring.
Oh yeah! Oh
And-
my God!
And
That's
a lot
it.
of people don't know, but that the show, which I was, I loved the show when I was younger.
Yeah, I always watched it.
Mhm.
That was like the strongest of the powers. That a lot of people didn't know that, but it was the strongest ring out of all of them.
Everyone
because
thought it
he
was like
could
fire
control.
or something.
Right.
or-
He could control.
You
Like,
couldn't do anything without that
people's,
ring.
Yeah.
hearts
Emotions,
and their emotions.
right.
So that's
Mhm.
like kind of like what I thought about the band was.
That's a great story. I love that.
Yes.
The way we like perform in the songs that we write are about emotion and changing and making people feel an emotional
All right. Well, on that
response.
note, we're going to hear the song that
All
I was
right.
just referencing, where James is kind of messing around on the bass. It sounds awesome.
The Edge,
This song
yeah.
is called
The Edge.
"The Edge." Let's listen to the Heart Ring playing "The Edge."
for a short break. Stay tuned for more of the Big Happy Music Show.
We're the Heart Ring, and this song's called The Edge. So you say I'm a man. Would you say the same if you knew what I've done? So you say you know who I am. Would you think the same if I told you the truth? 'Cause I'm on the edge of breaking down. I can feel it in my head, I'm losing control. And I'm on the edge of breaking down. I need someone to save me now. Addicted to the pleasure of fun. With these drugs I feel number one. The choices I've made show who I am. All the choices I've made, I never gave a damn. 'Cause I'm on the edge of breaking down. I need someone to save me now. And I'm on the edge of breaking down. I need someone to save me now. Cause I'm on the edge of breaking down. Cause I'm on the edge of breaking down.
Welcome back to the Big Happy Music Show.
All right, welcome back to the Big Happy Music Show. Once again, I'm Julie from Mighty Jungle. And these guys are the Heart Ring. And the song we just heard, tell us a little bit about that.
The song "The Edge" is a darker song about just being in a dark time.
Because that one doesn't sound like a love song.
Yeah, no, it's not a love song. But we were writing that song together just one night, and just the way the vibe of the music was to the song, we knew it was going to be a darker song, and I just wanted to write from. It wasn't like personally my dark time, but I kind of like took that influence from previous experiences, and I kind of felt that people could relate to the song because of those experiences.
Yeah, I bet that song goes over well when you play live. I'm sure
It does. A lot of people like that song. They feel really connected. We did like a recording in the house that people liked just because it was it sounded decent, and it just really you could feel the emotion in it, and so that's basically what it's about. It's just a darker time, and you're on the edge of breaking down, and you need someone to save you, and that's what it's about.
Everyone's been at that point one time or another.
Yeah,
for sure.
Whether it's your
Cry for
friend
help,
or your family, and so.
Okay, well now we're talking about family. That's good.
Yeah,
that was a good segue. So let's just out of curiosity. So you fine young gentlemen, we have I heard you saying something about expecting a baby.
Yes, I am expecting.
That's really exciting.
A baby girl in early January.
Wow,
So
soon.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, get some sleep. Get some sleep now, pal, because you don't want too much of that.
Yep.
Sleep's overrated.
And this man here, he has two.
Yeah.
2 kids.
I have 2 little girls, 7 and 5.
Oh, that's so cute. My little girl is 9.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
So
she hasn't
I
turned
know.
into a monster yet. I still have a few more good years.
Yeah.
And
I'm
James,
counting mine.
you can tell from his shirt, the man's available. The man is available. A married man does not wear that shirt. Okay,
No,
I'm sorry.
No,
I try. Like I said, I leave the house like this, and my daughter's, "Are you wearing that out, Mom?" You have nobody looking after you. I can tell.
just my dog.
Dogs are good. Dogs are good. Okay, so actually, let's talk about these shirts. I noticed you're wearing this, and this is.
This is To Write Love on Our Arms. This is a local charity group that formed.
It's a good charity group. In fact, I think the guy just got a grant, like $1 million, some ridiculous amount.
Yeah, and
awesome.
You can go online and check out their cause. It's basically suicide prevention and a lot about suicide, helping people with that problem. And I've always been a big supporter of them because they've always supported music and musicians, and that we help people that are in those dark times.
Yes, because that's when you're young, when you're really young. I think a lot of times you think, oh well, I'll just do this, and then you don't, in your mind, you don't realize it's permanent.
Right.
You're like, okay, well, I'll do this, and then tomorrow I'll do something else. You don't get that it's like that's it. It's a what do we call it? A permanent solution to a temporary problem. So that's awesome, Mike. Because I noticed that right away when I walked in. You were wearing that. That's very cool, and I don't know what to say about this shirt.
This is the shirt, a Mike Pinto band shirt. We've actually played with them a couple times.
Looks like a band from Austin or something.
They're
they definitely can't be here. They're not from Florida.
Yeah, they're out of California. It's like a rock reggae.
Right, and Zildjian, I mean, come on.
Right. The cymbals I play. So yeah, drum company, of course.
All right, so let's manifest. Let's manifest the future for the Heart Ring. Let's put out to the universe what would be like. Wow, what do we want? What do you guys want for this coming up year, 2014? What's going to happen with the Heart Ring? What do you want to do? What do you want to make? What do you want to create?
We are in the process of getting towards recording. We really want to record.
You mean like in a studio?
Yeah, produced. Good sound, studio quality CD. At first, I was thinking let's just do like an EP, but we've already done a live. We tracked a live recording at open mics in Melbourne.
Oh, that's the stuff that's on your Facebook page.
Yeah,
right? That
and
sounds
so
good.
we tracked with Andrew Walker and Andy Harrington. I think Andy Harrington did most of it, and he's local too. So we did that, and we really just want to get in the studio. It's just trying to get the funds and stuff like that, because it's it's always like you got to pay to sound good,
right?
So like in the studio as far as a CD goes. So that's what we're working towards now. We've been trying to get some gigs here and there, some paying gigs that'll, get some money saved up. And it's been hard right now. Just, everyone's kind of has stuff going on.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Baby on the way, 2 kids in the house. I mean,
yeah, so we all
tough.
have stuff going on, and it's just like, it's been a process. We thought we would have been able to make it by now, but again, like, just stuff happens,
The
and
thing called life keeps getting in the way.
yeah, so we've been trying to get there. We've gotten offers from a bunch of studios that want to record us, and it's not like we don't know where we want to go. It's just we don't have the funds right now. Really, otherwise we'd be in the studio right now if we could.
Definitely.
So with that, if we did have the album 2014, we've been meeting a lot of bigger bands, name bands, and bigger promoters and stuff like that.
Like
so.
who have you been playing with? Name some bands you've been playing with recently.
Bigger bands.
Yeah.
And I guess
Three-Legged Fox.
Three-Legged Fox we played with.
Ballyhoo.
Philadelphia.
Ballyhoo.
Ballyhoo.
Authority Zero.
Authority Zero.
Wow.
We've played with.
How'd you get those gigs?
We got those gigs, just local promoter here, and they come through and they want to stick on a good original, or not I guess original band that's local, that shows off the area and.
So how those gigs
Bring some
go on for
people
you
out.
when you're in front of basically someone else's audience?
Good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Because we're different. We do have some reggae-esque songs, so it's like we play those with the bands, that we because they're reggae rock a lot of the times
Right.
that we play with.
that's
So
what the crowd
we mix
expects and
that
stuff.
with the music you guys you guys heard tonight. And they just feel like it's such a good vibe, like it's something different because they're on tour and they have all these bands that play with them, and it's just nothing but the same. They say
Type
it's the
of
same
stuff,
stuff
right.
every time,
yeah.
and then they hear something different. It catches their ear, and they actually are coming straight up to the front of the stage to watch us play.
So you want to have a CD, so when you're at these gigs, you can like sell your CD and promote yourself and do it like that.
Yeah, and we have a bunch of people that are ready to T-shirts and stickers and all that. It's just getting the money.
And you have a
basically.
logo. You have a cool logo. It's on your
Yeah.
Facebook page. Who did that? Who designed that?
I designed the
guy.
logo.
It's very cool.
logo. Yeah, I'm very I don't know how to say it. I'll sit there and I'll make something and I just keep asking opinions what does this look
You're
like? What do you
persistent.
think? Yeah, I'm persistent.
He came
on-
up with like 4 or 5 things before
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I like the one that's on there a lot.
And,
That's
me
a
too.
good logo.
I liked the logo because it represents a heart, which is that's
Yeah, it's got a ring in it.
That's our drive.
Yeah.
We
Right.
can't live without our heart. So
Yeah.
and then the ring around it.
Well, unless you're Donald Trump. I don't think he has
To-
one.
And
no.
Oh, I probably shouldn't say anything political. Sorry.
I was gonna say, getting political. Sorry.
Yeah, but the heart and then the ring inside just represents, just like everyone, being together and, if you could see all the good people around the world and they would light up from the sky, or space, maybe it might form a ring around the world, all the connections.
Be
of
constantly
Wow,
flowing.
that's
it
a
wouldn't
beautiful
be-
thought.
So that's kind of like what the idea I thought of is just a ring that, is just good people, good-hearted
So
people.
you need to write a song about that. That would be a great song.
Yeah. that
About
would be-
the ring around the whole world lighting up
Yeah.
from the sky. That's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do that if you don't. So you better move out.
All right.
Okay, so any other gigs coming up? The same shameless self-promotion segment of our show. All right.
Other than the
Yeah,
one
next
October,
Wednesday.
I did get wind that we might be playing with these guys, Mike Pinto, again soon.
cool.
I don't know the details on that.
Is that a
but
blues band? What kind of band is it?
They're like
a ska band?
Reggae.
rock.
Reggae ska.
Yeah, rock reggae.
They have a really great band.
Yeah, he's
Just
really good
saxophones, horns,
Yeah.
Cool.
guitars.
Oh,
it's
cast
all-
of thousands.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
cool.
a
They
great,
put on a great
sound.
show.
Yeah, it's
It's-
awesome.
it's cool.
and
I like
we
the
love
shirt.
to,
they're all super cool guys. And
Yeah,
stuff, and
we love to play with them.
Yeah.
We actually just played, though, I just wanted to mention, we played the Fall Festival in downtown Melbourne.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that
recently.
go?
And that was fun
Yeah,
because
it was really good.
I saw it like 2 years ago, and I was like, man, I want to play on the Fall Festival, and this
Yeah.
year we did. So it was really
How'd you get
awesome.
that gig?
I actually didn't even know we had it. Like, we were already booked for the gig, and because the
Someone booked
promoter,
us already,
the
so-
promoter, we've worked with a lot, so he's like, yeah, like, and
He's
then
like, yeah, they'll do it.
yeah, so he
Oh,
put
that's
us on
great.
the gig, and
You didn't even know?
And I'm like, man, I want to play this gig. And so I finally got a hold of him. I'm like, hey, I want to play the fall
Yeah,
festival.
he's
and
like,
he's
yeah.
like, oh, you guys are already on it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that
Funny
is
how
I
that
actually
works.
found out through someone else. I think my grandma, she owns a shop in downtown Melbourne.
She saw a sign with your name on it.
And no, well, the promoter was walking around, and she stopped him, and he's like, "Hey, my grandson, the Heart Ring," and he's like, "Oh, they're already playing the show."
Yeah.
And she called me up, like, "She said you're playing it already." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Granny the manager. I like it.
Yeah,
Oh my God, that's
it worked out
hilarious.
great.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, can you see you guys like all piled in a van, actually driving throughout the country, playing at various places on the way?
I mean,
Of
that's
course.
honestly,
Yeah.
like you said, we're young, and that's what I'd like
We're
to
young.
do. I don't have like a job where I'm like die hard need to be there. If I left, they obviously could just find somebody else.
Yeah, I
but-
think they'll be able to find another dealer at the casino.
We do have plenty.
It's
For a
just
couple months.
it's just the whole supporting families,
Right.
bills,
Yeah, it's the
this and
stuff
that.
we leave behind. And
And
Right.
so,
Yeah, but you got to think big. Think big.
if we
Yeah.
could think big and we could make money and we could support
Right.
our family still, we would definitely do it. And that's what our goal is. We want to push our name out there in our music so that when those we could, like you said earlier, go and just keep hopping each place
Yep.
and make money and
Yep.
and that's
The
just
way to
how
do
it
it.
works. So
And
hopefully
you,
one
like I
day.
said, you guys definitely have the goods. Definitely have the
Thank
goods.
you.
appreciate it.
Really, really enjoyed having you. Any that's upside down, Will. Anything else you want to tell our listeners before we sign off? Just the Heart Ring and the gig one more time.
What's that?
The gig one more time.
The gig is October 16th at Back Booth in Orlando.
Okay, and Mighty Jungle playing October 18th, a
Right.
couple days later.
TheHeartRing.com.
Yeah, you could also check out theheartring.com. We actually do have a website.
They do.
And then we also use Facebook a lot. We have Instagram. You can check out our photos from the shows.
We have
if you want to check that
Nice.
out.
we have a live album on iTunes. You can go by.
And what's the name of this last tune that we're about to hear as we sign off from the Big Happy Music Show?
This song is called "You Just Do," and it's all about just.
This one I like. He doesn't have to just explain this one. This one has the cutest lyrics.
I
It's
won't
really
explain
awesome.
it. You can figure it out.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you so much,
Thank you
Heart
for having us.
Ring.
Yes,
Yes,
thank you.
yes,
Thank you very
nice
much.
having you.
Appreciate
Very
it.
nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Time for a short break. Stay tuned for more of the Big Happy Music Show.
Hi, we're the Heart Ring, and this song's called Hooked. First of all, girl, I just gotta let you know. When you walked into the room, my mouth dropped straight to the floor. Oh, baby, it's the way you smile, look the way you style your hair. Oh, maybe walking by is the perfume that you wear. Oh, you gave me the chance to show you what I'm worth. You're the only one I want to be with on this earth. You're like a diamond in the rough. I found you standing there waiting for in my life. I'm hooked on you. Now that we're attracted and our chemicals reacting, we're holding back ourselves. When we kissed, it was a feeling that crept in, and I knew it wasn't hard to tell that I was what you needed. So your heart started beating. I could see the look in your eyes. Oh, I'll never break your heart, even if the world's apart. I just want you in my life right now. You're like a diamond in the rough. I found you standing there waiting for me. Ooh, girl, I can't believe my eyes. You shine like the sun, even on a cloudy day. Oh, girl, I just want you in my life. I'm hooked on you. You're like a diamond in the rough. I found you standing there waiting for me. Oh, girl, I can't believe my eyes. You shine like the sun, even on a cloudy day. I just want you to be in my life. Oh, you shine like the sun on a cloudy day. Shine like the sun on a cloudy day. Oh, girl, I just want you in my life. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the Big Happy Music Show.
Hi, we're the Heart Ring, and this song's called You Just Do. I've got a wicked tone. I've got a messy room. Oh, and you have none of these qualities. I've got a 4x4. Oh, but I got a glass bowl. Oh, and you have none of these.
guitar strings, but you want diamond rings. If I had the money, I would buy you everything. I wanna be lazy. You want to make love and go crazy. Guess I should be